Hello everyone, it's Temple, your Conscious Woman Mouthpiece. I wanted to take some time to talk to you about the Conscious Woman since we have rounded out 2014. We're headed into 2015. We didn't get a chance to have our year-end party to talk about what the next step for the Conscious Woman is. And I think it's okay that we didn't have our party. I just want everybody to know that I wanted it to happen, and we had Ray Gordon booked and Refuge was ready, but there were several people that couldn't come at the last minute, and I wasn't settled in it either. So it's okay. It's in God's timing. It's not mine. And what I know about the universe is whenever you hold on too tight to an expectation, it usually falls apart. So I'm okay that we didn't have our party. We still met with some of the girls and had some martinis and some appetizers, and it was great. It was a nice homecoming for me. I've been gone for over a month in California, and it was a perfect restoration for me to do that. And it was just another example of manifesting your desires of what you need the most. God will come through in the most unexpected ways. And let me say that most of you know me on a personal level, not everybody, but you do know that I have my own struggles in life, right? That the Conscious Woman is not about Temple representing a perfect life, because that would be an unachievable goal. And that would be putting me on a pedestal that I could never live up to. I've never asked you to put me on a pedestal. As a matter of fact, I insist that you don't. I cannot be perfect for any human person. That's something I've struggled with for many, many years. I had a parent that expected perfection out of me, and in many ways I delivered by overachieving and overcompensating and overperforming and over-loving and over-giving. But you know what? It actually never made me feel more valuable. I've had accomplishments that are plaque-worthy, but the only true value I have is the value that God instills in me. The only real approval that I ever need is God's shine on me. And when I'm not right with God, when I'm out of alignment with God, I can feel it. I feel in turmoil. Now, the Conscious Woman has never been about living a perfect life. It's about you seeing a woman that is beautiful and funny and smart and intelligent. Yes, I'm saying great things about myself. And it's okay. It's hard, but I'm going to say it. Because you need to see that even the most accomplished, even the most beautiful, educated, even the women that can do it all, have a pain story. And many of them are living it even now. And your pain may be in your marriage. It may be with your children. It may be with family members. It may be with your health. It may be with your finances. It may be with your spirit. But every woman I see, and I've been walking with and talking with women intimately for over 30 years, and they all have a pain story. And I want you to see that even though we dress it up and clean it up and put a smile on it, we're not perfect. And we can't expect that out of each other. But what we can and should expect from a sisterhood, and what I hope and pray that I could be a little part of, is helping women to take better care of each other. And what I mean by that exactly is that I see a lot of women struggling with their relationships with their husbands, their boyfriends, their partners, their ex-partners, and whatever, for however long. It seems to be a very prevalent problem that men and women are struggling to be in relationship together, right? So as women, if we treat each other the way we've been treated by men, if we devalue each other, if we dishonor each other, backstab, if we don't have integrity, if we can't hold each other up, then there really isn't going to be anywhere else to turn on this planet for us, for women. Do you understand what I mean? We have God. We always have God to hold us up and lift us up, but that's our spirit. Now the human character, the human body is still living an experience. And we have emotions, and we have dramatic situations. And when you have a dramatic situation and you're close to somebody, and rather than telling that person, I'm hurting and I need something from you, instead of having the strength to say that, you instead hurt that person to get their attention. Like, I don't even want to give some terrible examples, but you know what I'm saying. If you are hurting another woman in front of you, and then you don't take accountability or hold yourself in integrity that you hurt them and apologize and make amends, then the trust that we have between women is going to disintegrate too. And the Dalai Lama told us that the world will be saved by the Western woman because of our resources, because of our tenacity to keep learning and growing and educating and speaking. So let me say this. I have always been a woman's advocate for as long as I can remember. I've been in women's groups. I've been a foster parent for teenage girls. I have worked in an all-women's company. I've always advocated for women to be successful, to be free, and to shine their light. Why do I do that? Because of my own vulnerability. Because I am fragile. I need the strength of women to hold me up and keep me going and creative, and to stay loving, to stay open, to stay nurturing, no matter what's happening in my life. I need that. And because I need that, I've held on very tightly to people that I shouldn't be. I've held on very tightly and had a long rope for women that have betrayed me many times. And as a matter of fact, what I've realized at this point in my life currently is that I've been holding people like this. I've been holding people in my life by the back of the shirt, pulling them, pulling them, pulling them, trying to get them to stay with me. I'm praying for it. I'm covering them in light. I'm loving them up. I'm holding them up. But they're running the other direction. And because I was so afraid to lose the people I care about, that I would crumble and fall, I've been putting a strain on all the relationships by holding on too tight. And I was losing my own strength and my own spirit because of it. And when I took that time out to go to California and be with myself, without clients, without conscious women, without any obligations to anybody. I didn't wash a dish, I didn't fold a towel, I did nothing but take care of myself and surround myself with people that have known me since I was a little girl, 5, 6 years old, that remember and reminded me that I am full of light, that I was able to light up a room in school, that everybody loved being with me. The people that have known me for the longest, they reminded me that I have a bright light, and that bright light should be welcomed, not rejected, not ran from. So at this point in my life, I'm not going to hold people in that are offended that I'm shining a light on their pain or their sorrows or their weaknesses or their past, because that's what happens. When you have light coming out of you, it shines light on yucky places, and I know that, and I've always been like that, and many of you out there that are watching are just like me. You shine light on yucky places that people don't want to see or admit to or face or correct. So I let go. I let go. That's what. Why do you think Frozen is so popular right now? Let it go, let it go. God put that here for us. To let go of holding on so tightly to the things that are holding us back, literally. Let go and see what's left. See who's still standing. I've done that. I've lost friends. I've even lost family members. And relationships that are very important to me have been broken. But it's more important that I'm not broken. I have to stay whole. Even when I feel afraid to lose everything. I've got to stay whole to make it through this game of life, to make it into the next level of enlightenment. The conscious woman is not about Temple's perfect life. And my life has plenty of pain that hits the fan. And I'm not a sacrificial lamb either. You are watching me go through pain so that you can realize that strong women hurt. And strong women still prevail, even after they've been broken, even after they've been addicted, even after they've been mentally, physically, emotionally beaten, even after they've lost their health, even after they've lost their breasts, even after they've had cancer, even after they've lost children. They can keep going, keep living with life coming through them, keep shining despite the criticisms, despite the pressures, and despite the expectations. Because if I was living for me, for my ego, I'd be on a stage somewhere singing karaoke, drinking martinis all night. But I've already tried that life, and I've never been fulfilled. The only time I'm fulfilled is truly when I'm living my path. And I have the same path as every single one of you. That is to be the reflection of spirit in my greatest form. So ladies, where is the conscious woman going next year? Well, I can tell you what, she ain't going nowhere. The conscious woman is going to keep growing and changing and evolving. And I can promise you that I will never be inauthentic. I won't deliver fluff. And if I shine a light that pushes your button, then please tell me, because I would like to hold you when you're in your moment of pain. That's what you deserve. Because we all have buttons, and it hurts when they're pressed. And it hurts when a light is shined on us. But I'm not going to judge you. Ladies, I love you. And I know that you love me too. by the positive responses and the continuous support that you send me. So I look forward to next year and what we're going to do with it and where it's going to go. It's not in my hands. It's between us and God, and there is a plan. Believe that. And I'm following the steps that are laid before me. That's what I have the strength to do, and that's what I take credit for. But everything else is Spirit's words, Spirit's wisdom, and Spirit's message. And I'm blessed to be the mouthpiece. So there's a time when we need direction. And there's a time when we have to turn within to find the direction. It's good to have confidants and people that are in a higher position than you to give you solid, concrete guidance without judgment. And it was suggested to me that I put it out there to ask all of you what you like and don't like out of the conscious woman. And I have to tell you, this is where my energy is on that, because I turned within about it. I don't get emails from Deepak Chopra or Neil Donald Walsh asking me, do I like them or don't like them? They get their approval from God, and they get their guidance from God. And I'm not at their caliber, obviously, but the principle is the same. If I start looking to people to tell me if I'm valuable or not valuable, when I put value in criticism, then I will crash as a spiritual teacher, because it's not serving the purpose of being a messenger if I have to ask for permission to speak. You understand? What comes through is not about you or me, it's about the message. And either you will get something good out of it or you won't. But there is a piece for everyone. And you may not get a jewel out of every Conscious Woman workshop, but there is something there, and either you will receive it or you will be able to share it. Do you understand? So I'm not going to ask for criticism. As a woman, as a person, that would be too hard for me to handle. For me to continue to do this job, I can only turn within for guidance and then ask people that I can trust to guide me and encourage me to turn within and to continue to listen to the guidance that's put before me. And something came to me today that I was watching. Somebody told me, why are you giving advice when your life is in such turmoil? And I had to correct that person and say, I don't give advice. I don't give unsolicited advice. I speak energy. That's it. I don't prophesize. I used to do that, and I found out that as soon as I tell somebody not to do something, they gravitated towards it like bees to honey. So it's not for me to give advice on what you should or should not do. It's for me to help you turn within and hear the voice that you need to hear to get the correct guidance for your life. I have no business knowing what is the best result for your life. It may be for you to suffer. It may be for you to hurt right now. That may be the best thing for you. So I'm not going to give you advice. I'm going to tell you what the energy is that you're sitting in, and then you get to decide whether you want to change it or not. If you want to change it, then I will guide you. Does that make sense? And the line was that, and the line is this: you cannot teach a man anything. You can only help him find himself. So in our case, I cannot teach a woman anything. I can only help her to find herself, because the true essence of you knows the truth of what you need, no matter what. I love you, and God bless.